So, single phase induction machine. So, in the last class, there is a three phase induction machine is over. In a three phase induction machine, construction of three phase induction machine, starter, starter and starter frame, starter core. There is a slots, semi-open slots are used in semi-open slot. Armature windings are placed. Armature windings are concentrated, distributed type, and in the distributed winding is selected. In distributed, two types again, full pitch and short pitch. In that short pitch is selected. In short pitch, there again integral slot and fractional slot. In that fractional slot windings are selected. So in armature windings are distributed. Short pitch fractional slot windings are selected. It is because of this gives the sinusoidal wave as compared to concentrated full pitch and integral slot windings. So these windings, armature windings are placed in a slot, semi-open slot. Semi-open slots are placed in the inner periphery of stator core, and next one is the rotor is construction. That rotors are two types: squirrel cage and slip ring rotors. In squirrel cage, there is a problem of some low resistance, so slip ring gives the more resistance, so that the torque is more, and power factor is more, and low starting current can be achieved. So, and working principle and everything closed. Now the single phase induction machine. So the difference between three phase induction machine and single phase induction machine is the three phase induction machine works on the three phase power supply, and for a single phase induction machine, the single phase power AC supply is given. So whenever a single phase AC supply is given to the single phase induction machine, then it produces a pulsating torque, the pulsating magnetic field. Sorry, pulsating magnetic field. So here the pulsating magnetic field means a pulsating magnetic field produces a torque in both direction. That means in forward and backward directions. So pulsating magnetic field produces a flux in a bidirectional torque. So the bidirectional torque means bidirectional torque. So by the bidirectional torque, the machine will not rotate. So we need a unidirectional torque. That means that one directional torque we needed. So in a one directional torque, it is not possible by the single phase AC supply. So by single phase AC supply, there is no rotating magnetic field in the machine. So to create a rotating magnetic field in the machine single phase supply must be split into two phases. One is split into two phases. So here see that first point, the motor which works on a single phase AC supply is called a single phase induction motor. And single phase AC supplies always produce a pulsating magnetic field, and pulsating magnetic field never produce a unidirectional torque. So single phase supply given, then pulsating magnetic produce, and pulsating magnetic field never produce a unidirectional torque, mean one directional torque never produce. If there is no one directional torque, then the motor will not rotate. And third one, so the induction machines are not self-starting machine. So single phase induction machines are a starting torque or zero. Single phase induction machine's power factor is 0.2 lagging to 0.7 lagging, 0.2 to 0.7 lagging. This motor used in domestic applications. When single phase AC supply is given, then development of two currents. Then development of two currents. So supply is given I current I supply. Then the current split into the two, forward current and backward current. The forward current and backward current. The forward current produces a forward flux pi f, and current produces a flux pi b, pi f and pi b. And forward current and forward flux produce a torque called Tf, forward torque, and backward current and backward flux produce a torque is called the Tb, backward torque. So here Tf and Tb are forward torque and backward torques are equal and opposite in direction. The forward torque and backward torques are equal and in opposite in direction. So the resultant torque equal to Tf minus Tb. Tf minus Tv is equal to 0 because equal in opposite direction. So this is a characteristics of slip torque characteristics whenever single phase supply is given. So whenever single phase supply is given, then the two currents are produced, forward and backward, and in the forward current, forward flux and forward torque will be produced, and due to backward current, backward flux and backward torque will be produced. These two are equal in opposite direction. So net torque developed here is 0. Net torque TR is developed is 0. So as we know that forward slip SF equal to NS minus NR by NS, and backward slip SB equal to NS plus NR by NS plus NR by NS. So NR by NS equal to 1 minus S. So from the above equation there is a NS minus NR by NS equal to, so NR by NS 1 minus S, and backward slip NS plus NR by NS. So in the denominator NS written in separate, SB equal to NS by NS plus NR by NS. NS by NS 1. In place of NR by NS, the substitute the 1 minus S. Okay, NR by NS and SB. SB is the backward slip. So SB equal to now 2 minus S. 2 minus S. 2 minus S. So it is very important to remember that SB is a backward slip. So backward slip formula is 2 minus S. S here, S is the forward flux, forward slip. Backward slip equal to 2 minus forward slip. 2 minus forward slip. 2 minus forward slip. So at starting, forward slip is equal to 1. So SB equal to 2 minus SF. So 2 minus 1, substitute the SF equal to 1. Forward slip SF equal to 1. 2 minus 1 equal to 1. SF into SB. SB, SF forward slip and backward slip equal to 1. Forward slip and backward slip equal to 1. Hence no torque in any direction. So due to forward flux, forward slip and backward slip, both values are 1. So due to these two torque, TF and TV, the motor will not rotate in any direction. So single phase induction machines are starting torque equal to 0. Starting torque equal to 0. So now coming to split phase induction motor. So in a split phase induction machine, here the IM is there. The IM is the main winding. The IM is current in main winding current, and IA is a current in auxiliary winding. XA equal to auxiliary reactance, and RA is a auxiliary winding resistance. CF is a centrifugal switch. CFS, centrifugal switch. So actually here in the main winding, it is a inductive nature, and auxiliary winding is a basically it is a also inductive nature. But if there is a both the windings are inductive nature, very important, both main winding and auxiliary winding, both the main windings are inductive nature, then the IM and IA current vectors are same direction, so there is no angle between Im and Ia. There is no alpha angle between, alpha angle is 0 between Im and Ia. So to create a alpha or the torque angle, alpha says the torque angle. So to create alpha to some degrees, so auxiliary winding must not be a inductive nature, because already a main winding is inductive nature, so auxiliary winding must be a other than inductive nature, that may be resistive or capacitive nature. So if it is a resistive nature, then it is a Ia current is resistive nature. Because of resistive nature, it is in phase to the, nearly in phase to the supply voltage, nearly in phase to the supply voltage. So nearly in phase to the supply voltage, and Im is a inductive nature, so it is a lags with alpha degrees to the Ia. Ima lags the by Ia. A split phase induction motor, also called a resistance start motor, because of resistance only the angle is developed between Ia current and Im current. If there is no resistance in the auxiliary winding, then the current Ia and Im is in same direction and alpha is 0. So in a split phase induction machine, it has two windings. One is a main winding and auxiliary winding. Main winding is remains same, it exists in under running and starting condition, but auxiliary winding only present in the starting condition. So main winding, it has a low resistance, high reactance. Main winding, low resistance, high reactance. Auxiliary winding, high resistance, low reactance. So on again, a main winding is a low resistance, high reactance. It is because of here there is no resistance in the main winding. So we can see here is the Im, the current flow in the main winding. In that winding, the only reactance is there, so the reactance is more, and the resistance of that winding is less. So the main winding reactance is more, but resistance is less, because there is no resistance connected in series to the main winding. But in auxiliary winding, the resistance is connected in series to the auxiliary winding. Resistance is connected in series to the auxiliary winding. So the auxiliary winding, high resistance, high resistance, and low reactance is there. High resistance, low reactance is there. The current Im in main winding lags behind the supply voltage by 90 degrees, because a current in main winding is a inductive nature, so it lags behind the supply voltage by 90 degrees. The current angle between two windings are 30 degrees. The current angle between two windings are 30 degrees. Two windings are displaced with a space angle of 90 degrees. These two windings are displaced with a space angle of 90 degrees. Actually here the thing we discussed in the how to create rotating magnetic field in the three-phase induction machine. So in that class there is a condition that the space angle and the time angle must be equal. So listen that the space angle in a three-phase induction machine is if there is a three-phase supply is given, then space angle is winding space angle is 120 degrees and current time angle is 120 degrees. Winding current angle is 120 degrees. So, but here winding space angle is 90 degrees, but current time angle is 30 degrees. It is not equal, but it is some difference is there. It is not zero. So, because of current angle and time angle, sorry, time angle for current and space angle for windings. Okay, here in a single phase induction machine, the two windings, auxiliary winding and main windings, are displaced with a 90 degrees. That is called space angle. So space angle is 90 degrees. But the current in a auxiliary winding IA and current in a main winding IM is displaced with a angle of with a time angle of 30 degrees. Here space angle and time angles are not equal, so there is a production of rotating magnetic field slightly, and it is a unequal or non-uniform torque will be produced. So see that point, winding space angle and current time angle not equal, hence non-uniform torque produced. Note, auxiliary winding and main winding connected in a parallel. So in that single phase induction machine, auxiliary windings and main windings are connected in parallel. The direction of rotation interchanged by changing the supply terminals are auxiliary winding terminals, main winding terminals. TST equal to 1.5 to 1.7 TFL. 1.5 to 1.7 times TFL. Winding space angle is 90 degrees and current time angle is 30 degrees. Winding space angle 90 degrees and current time angle is 30 degrees. TST proportional to alpha, and the main winding are proportional to rho L by A. So for the to design a main winding, the length of a main winding must be less, so that resistance must be less, and the main winding area must be more. The main winding area must be more, so that it is a more thick wire. And the auxiliary winding, design the auxiliary winding with a large length. When the length is more, resistance value is high, and area must be less for that winding. So here see the vector diagram. V is supply voltage taken as common. V is the supply voltage taken as common, and IST IM. So here IST is the starting current. The starting current are auxiliary current. We can say that auxiliary winding current. IST and IA is equal. Same. IST and IM is same. Main winding, there is a angle between IST and IM is 30 degrees. So a auxiliary winding is also called starting winding. So this auxiliary winding is in series CFS, centrifugal switch is connected. In auxiliary winding, a centrifugal switch is connected. The centrifugal switch disconnected from disconnected when the machine reaches to the 70 to 80% of full speed. When the machine is reaches to the 70 to 80% of full speed. Seventy to 80% of full speed. Centrifugal switch will be disconnected. So next one is the capacitor start method. So there is a small disadvantage in the resistance start method. In a resistance start method, the current time angle is not equal to space winding, a space angle. Here in a space angle is 90 degrees, but time angle is not 90, it is nearly 30 degrees. Because of that, winding space angle and current time angle is not same. The machine produces a non-uniform torque in a resistance by the resistance start method. So if we go for a capacitor start method, in a capacitor start method, a capacitor is connected in series to the auxiliary winding. Capacitor is connected in series to the auxiliary winding, IST. In auxiliary winding, there is a switch, centrifugal switch is connected, and IM is the main winding. Alpha equal to 90 degrees. So that draw the diagram. IST is the starting current and IM is the main current. So here is a simple that the auxiliary winding and main windings are connected in with a space angle of 90 degrees, and the current in a start auxiliary winding or starting winding is 90 degrees of main winding current. So the alpha is the angle that is also called torque angle or current angle. It is the angle between IC and IM. IST. IC is also called IST or IA, auxiliary winding current or starting current. So TST, starting torque is 2.5 to 3.5 times of the full load torque. High torque is produced with capacitor start method, and winding space angle is 90 degrees, current time angle is 90 degrees. Capacitors are electrolytic capacitors are used. So this capacitor is electrolytic capacitor. Electrolytic capacitors are higher strength, but this electrolytic capacitors are used for a short duration time only, because when it is under running condition, if that electrolytic capacitor is there under running condition also, then there is a sparking in the capacitor. So when machine is reaches to the 70 to 80% of full speed, then that electrolytic capacitor will be disconnected from by the centrifugal switches, by the centrifugal switch. So in a capacitor or a electrolytic capacitor, so this is a capacitor start method. So that only difference is In the split phase induction machine, resistance is connected in auxiliary winding, and in a capacitor start method, a capacitor is connected. In a resistance split phase machine, alpha is 30 degrees. In capacitor start method, alpha is 90 degrees. So a capacitor start method gives more starting torque than resistance start method, because resistance start method alpha is 30 degrees only. The capacitor start method alpha is 90 degrees. Sorry. Now capacitor run induction machine. In a capacitor run induction machine, two capacitors are used. One is for running and one is for starting. So here two capacitor. One is electrolytic capacitor. It is a highest rating, and oil type is a low rating capacitor. And an electrolytic capacitor is for starting only, and oil type capacitor is for running and starting. Running and starting, very important. Oil type capacitor is for running and starting. Electrolytic only for starting. So oil type capacitors are placed remains and same in circuit, because oil type capacitors are self cooling property. So if the machine reaches higher speed, then also the oil type capacitors will be shunt in circuit. Okay, so these two capacitors are connected in parallel, electrolytic and oil type capacitors. So he by this, the current angle ist and im, the angle between starting current and main current is also 90 degrees. So this also gives the higher starting torque. So the starting torque more given by the capacitor start method, and less starting torque given by the resistance split phase method. Next one is a shaded pole type induction machine. Shaded pole type induction machines. In a shaded pole induction machine, a stator is a silent pole stator and rotor is a cylindrical type. Stator is silent pole type and rotor is cylindrical. Silent pole type means projected pole types. In a silent pole, we can see the poles, but in a cylindrical, we can't see the poles. You should remember that there is a poles on stator and rotor. If stator is designed for two poles, then rotor also must be with two poles. If stator poles and rotor poles are not same, then there is no motoring action will be done. So we can see here in the figure, the stator is designed for two poles. So then rotor also is designed for two poles, because it is a squirrel cage type induction machine. So these poles are automatically induced type poles. So whenever a AC supply is given, see here with a time angles T1, T2, T3 at time periods T1, T2, T3 time periods. These are the T1, T2, T3 are the time periods. So at a time period T1, the voltage values are increasing. So the rate of change in voltages are increasing. So there is a flux in the machine. So that flux, due to that flux, the flux is acting in the position number 1, see in the figure, at left side of pole means unshaded region. It concentrate on the unshaded region. It is concentrated because on unshaded region. Here a shaded ring, due to change in flux, a shaded ring flux will be more. The flux induced in the shaded ring is more. So because of flux induced in the shaded ring is more, the main flux can be opposed the shaded flux. Main flux, it opposes the main flux. So because of flux in the shaded pole, and it is shaded pole flux is opposing to the main flux, the main field flux, resultant flux will be at unshaded region, and it is in the left corner. It is not an shaded region, it is unshaded region. And when it is at T2, see in the time period T2, at T2 the rate of change is, there is no rate of change of voltage. So when there is no rate of change of flux, so say we can say that rate of change of flux, when there is no rate of change of flux in the shaded coil, then flux produced by the shaded coil is minimum and it is negligible. So in that condition, the main flux produced by the stator is concentrated in the middle of the pole. Okay, and under the time period T3, when time period T3, in that condition the flux changing is there, but it is in the negative direction. So because of negative direction, flux will be produced in the shaded rings, so that the shaded ring flux does not oppose the main flux, and so that main flux now it concentrate on the shaded ring region. So the flux flows in the shaded pole machine is from unshaded region to shaded region. The flux flows in the induction machine is from unshaded region to shaded region. So the next topic is a summary of this. If one of three-phase induction motor is opened, if one of a three-phase induction motor is opened while the motor is running with moderate or light loaded, it is found that the motor continue to run at slightly lower speed. This condition is called single phase operation, because it has a three-phase supply. One phase is disconnected, then remaining two phases act as one is auxiliary and main winding, but auxiliary winding and main windings are present in the machine. So in this condition, the machine will rotate as single phase supply machine. A single phase induction motor is similar to second point. See that second point. A single phase induction motor is similar to the three phase squirrel cage induction motor in physical appearance. Okay. Single phase and three phase induction machines are physically same, looks like same. The rotor of a single phase cage induction motor is essentially the same as that of employed in a three phase induction motor. So the rotor is not differ in three phase and single phase induction machines. It is almost same. The stator winding, however, are distinctively different in two ways. So the stator windings are different too, but rotor is same in the three phase machines. So in a single phase motor, a single phase induction motor, stator winding is usually a concentrated winding, but in a three phase induction machine, stator winding is a distributed winding. Single phase squirrel cage motor normally have two stator windings. One of them usually have a few turns of much thin wire starting winding, and other with the heaviest turns main windings. Two windings are in space quadrature with respect to each other. So that means here the two winding auxiliary winding and main windings are displaced with the 90 degrees in a space. The two theories regarding single phase induction motors are double field revolving theory and cross field theory. So in a double field theory and cross field theory says that the net torque developed in a machine when single phase supply is given, the net torque developed in the machine is equal to 0. A double field revolving field theory makes use of the principle that pulsating field product in a single phase motor can be resolved into two components of its amplitude and rotating in opposite direction with synchronous speed. The starting torque of a single phase induction machine motor is 0. The starting torque of a single phase induction motor is 0. The starting torque of single phase induction motor is 0 because of it produces a pulsating magnetic field with single phase supply. The torque developed by single phase induction motor at a synchronous speed is negative. The torque developed by single phase induction motor at synchronous speed is negative. That means NR is greater than NS. Synchronous speed means NR equal to NS. In that condition, there is a small NR is some greater than NS. So in that condition, the slip is negative. Split phase motors are resistance split phase motor or simply split phase motor. Capacitor start motor and permanent split are single value capacitor motor, and capacitor start and capacitor run are two value capacitor motor. So these are the different types of split phase motor. So the main thing is in a single phase induction machine, two windings are there, main winding and auxiliary winding. So in auxiliary winding, it may be a resistive or a capacitive, because main winding is already a reactive nature. So the auxiliary winding must be a resistive or capacitive nature. In a split phase single phase induction motor, an auxiliary winding also called as a starting winding, and it is connected in parallel with the main winding on starter and different from the both phases. Permanent split phase are okay. 10th point. In split phase single phase induction motor, an auxiliary winding also called as a starting winding. It is connected in parallel with the main winding on stator and differing from it in both phases and space. So the phase and space is different because of phase is different phase and space is a 90 degrees between auxiliary winding and main winding. The starting winding is usually opened by the centrifugal operated device when the motor attains the predetermined speed. The starting winding is usually opened by the centrifugally operated device when the motor attains a predetermined speed. A centrifugal switch is used to disconnect the starting winding when the motor has picked up about 50 to 70% of rated speed. So when motor is just 50 to 70% of rated speed, so centrifugal switch will be disconnected. The direction of rotation of split phase motor can be reversed by reversing either a running winding or starting winding, but both, not both. Reversing running winding or starting winding. In a split phase motor, the running winding should be have the low resistance and high inductance, whereas the starting winding have the high resistance and low inductance. So capacitor start motor is quite similar to the resistance split motor, except that it is a starting winding has a few more turns and wound with a comparatively thick wire than the starting winding of resistance. As we know, the simply the resistance is if you want a resistance more in auxiliary winding, so then R equal resistance equal to rho L by A. So the length of the winding, that winding must be more and the area of that winding must be less because of R equal to rho L by A. R equal to rho L by A. R equal to rho L by A. From that area must be less, so that resistance must be high. We know that auxiliary winding has the high resistance and low inductance. Capacitor start motor have the relative high starting torque. Capacitor start motor have relative high starting torque because in a space angle is already 90 degrees for all split phase induction machine. Auxiliary winding and main winding displaced with the 90 degrees, but time angles are different. Current time angles are different. In a resistance motor, the time angle is 30 degrees, but in a capacitor start machine, the time angle is nearly 90 degrees. So the auxiliary winding of capacitor start induction motor not is not designed for a continuous operation, and it if left in the circuit after it has been used to start the motor, it will burn out the electrolytic capacitor. So the electrolytic capacitors are not permanent running type. So if it is runs in a permanently, then the machine may be burned. The direction of a capacitor start induction motor is reversed by reversing either the starting winding or running winding. Leads not both the two lines. 19th point. See the 19th point. A capacitor start and capacitor run motor is same as a capacitor start motor, except that it has an external oil type capacitor. So in a capacitor start motor, only electrolytic capacitor is there, but in a capacitor run motor, the electrolytic and oil type capacitor is there. So if there is a only oil type capacitor is placed in a capacitor start motor, then that is called capacitor run motor. So the direction of a capacitor start and a capacitor run induction motor is reversed by reversing either by the starting winding or running winding leads, not both the lines. So by a single phase induction machines can be reversed by reversing the auxiliary winding or the main winding terminals. Capacitor and motor have a relatively higher power factor. In permanent slip capacitor motors, both and starting windings are connected across the supply, and a capacitor is connected in series with the starting winding. This is no centrifugal switch in a permanent split motors. Shaded pole motor is a silent pole split phase type squirrel cage rotor single phase induction motor provided with one or more auxiliary short circuited starter winding displaced in a magnetic position from the main winding. The starting torque of shaded pole is very low. In shaded pole motor, the shading coil is usually a copper winding. In shaded pole rotors, in a shaded pole rotors shaded pole rotates the direction from unshaded to the shaded part. Direction of rotation cannot be reversed. So the shaded pole machines only runs in the only one direction from unshaded to shaded region, and this direction cannot be reversed. A capacitor start single phase induction motor will usually have the power factor of. So here is the unity is wrong, A is wrong, and B 0.8 leading, it's also wrong, and 0.6 leading wrong, and D answer is a 0.6 lagging. So there must be a lagging power factor for induction machine because the induction machines runs at lagging power factor conditions. A capacitor start capacitor run single phase induction machine is basically a AC series motor, no DC series motor, so two phase induction motor and three phase induction motor. So the best option is a two phase induction motor because capacitor run single phase induction machine called, so the auxiliary winding is also in the line, so capacitor run because it is not disconnected from the supply. So auxiliary winding act as a one phase and the main winding act as a another phase. So it is a two phase induction motor. The starting torque of a capacitor start motor is low. So it's okay. The torque developed by a split phase motor is approximately the torque developed by a split phase motor is approximately, it's a sine of angle between Im and Is, that is it is a cosine of angle between Im and Is. Okay, answer is cosine of angle between Im and Is. And fifth question, a capacitor start single phase induction motor is switched on the supply with the capacitor replaced by an inductor of equivalent reactance value. It will not start. Option A not start, and option B start and run, and option C start and then stall, and none of the above. See that capacitor start single phase induction motor is switched on the supply with the capacitor is replaced by an inductor equivalent reactance value. So it will not run because Im and Ist currents are same value, so there is no alpha exist, so the machine will not start rotating. Now coming to sixth question. The starting capacitor of a single phase motor is electrolytic capacitor. It is not a ceramic capacitor and not a paper type capacitor, and answer A is the electrolytic capacitor. Which of the following is the most economical method of starting of a single phase motor? So capacitor start method is easy, because with a high starting torque it can be started with connecting the capacitor in the series to the auxiliary winding. Okay, and the number of turns in a starting winding of a capacitor start motor is compared to that of for split phase motor is more. So see again, the number of turns in a starting winding of a capacitor start motor, number of turns in a starting winding of a capacitor start motor as compared to the split phase motor. And the ninth, in a split phase motor, the ratio of number of turns from starting winding to that for running winding is more than 1. Single phase motors are generally used for small air compressor is capacitor start capacitor and motor. So 11th question, which one gives the highest starting torque? Universal motor, capacitor start motor, shaded pole motor, all of zero starting torque. Hence capacitor start motor gives the highest starting torque. 12th question, which single phase AC motor will have the select for record players and tape records? So hysteresis motor actually, so the option is given hysteresis motor. And under 13th question, under normal operating condition, which motor can run at 500 rpm, 5000 rpm? Synchronous motor, induction motor, universal motor, and no motor gives the 5000 rpm. As the universal motor can be run at 5000 or 10,000 rpms. 14th, the motor used in a household refrigerator is a single phase induction motor. Single phase induction motors are commercially manufactured up to 2 HP. So 16th question, which of the following single phase motor will operate at a higher power factor, capacitor and motor? A motor suitable for the single device is called reluctance motor. Which capacitor is preferred in a case of single phase motor? In case of single phase motor, electrolytic capacitor is used and it can be disconnected by the centrifugal switch. 19th question, the motor used for driving the record player deck is hysteresis motor. Repeated question. And this also is repeated when the motor speed is 5000 rpm, universal motors are used. For ceiling fans, generally a single phase motors are used, that is a permanent capacitor type motor. So in ceiling fans, permanent capacitor type motors are used. In case of split phase motor, the phase shift is usually limited to the, in case of single phase motor, the split the phase shift is limited to 90 degrees. The capacity of small single phase motor will be of the order of microfarads or picofarads. The type of starting relay used on a single phase hermetic motor is current called relay. 26. Which motor is generally used for electrical shavers? Universal motor. Electrical motor generally designed to have a maximum efficiency at a near full load. So 25th question. And now coming to 27th. A motor generally used in toys is called a shaded pole motor. And 28th. A single phase motor is generally get overheated due to any of the above. So in this class we discussed the single phase induction machines, and in that the single phase induction machines are split phase resistance type machines and capacitor start machines and capacitor run machines and shaded pole type machines. In that shaded pole machines, the rotation direction cannot be changed reversed, but the split phase machines, the direction of rotation can be reversed by the changing the terminals of main winding terminals or the auxiliary winding terminals. So the highest starting torque given by the capacitor start motor, and the lowest starting torque given by the shaded pole machine and split phase resistance motor. And so flux produced in the shaded pole machine from unshaded to the shaded region, unshaded to shaded region. Okay, next we will discuss the important question, that objective questions of induction machines.